Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today I'm going to be going over the Gems of War Bounty Hunter event. So this brings in the Stone Mefyt finally, and this is pretty relevant compared to some Bounty Hunter troops that we would normally get. So as far as obtaining this thing, it's the same thing as always. It is not an event key drop table, or at least it shouldn't be. And you can only end up getting it through gems here, through this current event, though it will be in the drop table at a later point, just not now. And to be able to get it max, the most consistent way to do it is throw down 710 gems. Make sure you upgrade it to legendary first, once you get it to 710 gems, and then throw a blue orb on it, and that will get it to mythic. And this will give you the full amount of 30 times multiplier for these battles here. So as far as the team, Ogre, Stragraki, Warrior, Corpse Mirror, and the Stone Mefyt. So Stone Mefyt's pretty relevant in the fact that you may have already seen this thing kind of in the game already, even though it hasn't existed until today. The main reason for this is Chalcedony and a few other troops actually have a 25% chance to summon this thing on death. As far as what it does, it creates a gargoyle gem, poisons a random enemy for each green gem under or around it, and then gains an extra turn while having 50% score reduction. Unfortunately, there is already another troop that ends up doing this mechanic, a yellow-purple, so in most battles you're going to be using that instead. However, this is Bounty Hunter, so you have to end up using for Bounty Hunter troops. It gives you the total of a 30 times extra multiplier that will apply to each one of your battles. So let's go throw this down. We're basically just cycling from the top, working our way down, mana accumulating wherever we can. We're running with a double green, double red banner here. This double green, double red will end up giving us pretty much all the mana we need. Normally, whenever we're doing Corpse Mirror, it does have Destroy. It destroys a row, and this will end up giving you the mana accumulation. So you normally want to go for big cascades, any kind of value that you can kind of end up getting from it. You want to go for to get as much mana accumulation as you possibly can. If you can land some kind of extra turn from it, you normally want to go for those as well. Pretty much anything you can do for a little bit of value there. As you can see, we just take it out. Pretty straightforward. And that is Bounty Hunter, and it'll end up giving us 6,000 points every single time. If you do not have the durability to be able to take something like a 20 battle, you can camp like a 8, a 9, a 10, and kind of keep spamming those. It will give you less overall points. However, if you don't have the overall durability to be able to take a high level one, it'd be perfectly fine to also camp a lower level one. You only really have to get a set amount of points, since leaderboard you don't really need to be able to go get all the rewards, so you don't necessarily need to get there at a quicker rate if you already have the sigils for it. So you can end up camping the lower level range and doing it that way. But if you have the capability to do the level 20 like we're doing here, you normally want to do so. So here we actually have an instance of a Valraven, of course. Those are very important to kill. With this team, we're going to want to essentially double Stragraki it and go from there. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing, getting our mana accumulation here, getting that last little bit of mana. We're going to need a double red poke here, and luckily he gave us a double red poke. Could have taken a purple too, but we'll take that just to go get this Valraven here. I did get an enchant, that's not really going to matter. We'll immediately take him out. Now you might notice I'm basically not casting Stone Mefyt basically at all. You can, like, right before you go for a mana accumulation, if you so choose, like, for example, we could do this, or like a mana down. For the most part, the poison's not really going to do anything. It's going to be on your turn so much that the poison is pretty minuscule in value. We're mostly just going for this, going for our last little poke, and we're good to go. And yeah, that's pretty much the bounty team. But yeah, a pretty relevant troop, though, as this is the very last thing coming in for Hellcrag. Of course, a lot of weekly events are now finishing. We have 3 days left for the Kingdom Pass, 3 days left for the Campaign Pass, and 3 days for Bounty Hunter as well, since that's also ending at the same time, oddly enough. This new troop is for, of course, Hellcrag, and this brings Hellcrag to a power level of still 9. Unfortunately, I believe Nexus actually got enough to reach level 10. This kingdom, unfortunately, did not. As you can see here, we end up only having 19 out of 20. This is every single Hellcrag troop currently in the game. Hopefully it won't take as long as Nexus to be able to cycle back around, as Nexus took like 7 months after the Kingdom Pass before we actually got an event for it. Maybe Hellcrag is planned to be in a couple of months, who knows? We'll find out in next patch. We can actually see deeper into the files. But anyways, aside from that, yeah, this thing is very similar to this troop over here, Eternal Sentinel. So, of course, this is basically just a weaker version of Eternal Sentinel. You have to use Stone Mefyt for Bounty Hunter, of course, for the multiplier, as the Bounty Captain, which he is, gets double the amount of multiplier for a given event. However, Eternal Sentinel, in a normal sense, like when it's not Bounty Hunter, is going to be our best overall option. It ends up freezing a random enemy, creates 3 gargoyle gems, and then gains an extra turn while still having that stone skin. So it's just a 2 higher mana cost for a way superior ability. So outside of this event, you're pretty much never going to be using this thing again. The other reason why you're not is there's actually a trait called, what was it again? The Stone Pact. So if we go to Stone Pact here, there's actually 3 troops that have this Stone Pact trait. It is Chalcedony, and Chalcedony once again, as you can see here, So this is going to be pretty relevant, as you can occasionally get another backup tank. This 50% score reduction tank, 25% of the time, will die into a 25% or into a 50% score reduction tank. So in that regard, that's probably going to be its main purpose, is to have it, even if you only have one copy, to have that 50% score reduction and be good to go. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much the Stone Mefyt. Definitely make sure to go and complete out the event. Pretty good rewards as well. It's 710 gems plus a blue orb to basically get 2 power orbs, or sorry, not 2 power, I wish. 2 major orbs, I mean, which can be power 1% at a time. But, you know, it can be major blue, major purple, power, and orange, and green. Though those other 3 being the more relevant ones, the blue, purple, and power, of course. Though, unfortunately, their odds are a little bit lower. And, of course, a bunch of other loots. You're probably, even though you're spending a blue orb, you're probably getting the blue orb back anyways with all the smaller orbs you're getting along the way. So you're basically spending 710 gems for what is essentially a maxed out rare, while also having 2 major orbs that could potentially be something good. And that's pretty much a bounty hunter. It normally takes like, what, 2-ish hours. I was just setting up this video and we're already halfway done with the event, so it doesn't take that long at all to end up getting it finished. And of course, this is the spread for the final fights, as far as we'll be fighting the most, as for whatever reason, bounty hunter makes you, even though it has like 20 fights, it makes you fight the final one like 90-80% of that time to get the last of those points. But anyways, guys, if you still have any other questions, anything else about all the events that are closing out for this weekend, definitely feel really free to leave it in the comment section below. In the description and the comment section below is a copy paste for this team. Only the one team, because there really isn't anything else you really need to run. Bounty Hunter is pretty standard every single time. It's why I normally don't cover a video on it. I figured it was a little bit more relevant too, given the situation this time around. This is also the second time I ended up recording this, because I actually made the funniest fail ever on recording, which I haven't actually done yet. Because now that I stream and record during using the exact same program, what I actually did is I recorded it using the stream setup, and I'm not dressed right now. Or at least I'm not wearing a shirt. I'm like, downwards I'm dressed, but upwards I'm not. So yeah, that was her problem. Plus I had all the interface for the stream, but it is fixed now, and hopefully that mistake won't be done again, because it doesn't record it in both formats. So whenever that happens, I do need to go record the whole thing again. But it's not too big a deal. I do feel like I went a little bit quicker this time, but if you still have any other questions, anything I may have missed, definitely feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll definitely answer it all. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch you guys soon. And, of course, I'll be streaming this throughout the weekend with Guild Wars every single night. This week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to see some more Bounty Hunter. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.